Is that better?
Start again, sorry.
Okay.
Oof.
What was the hardest thing about starting?
Well, we had to learn quite a lot about menswear, and Jason was from Topline was hugely helpful to introducing us to labels that we might stock and that sort of thing, which was incredible, and definitely the early days of understanding sizing and getting alterations right, what we could offer. One of the problems though was that the stock we were being offered by the international companies, a lot of them Australian, the colour range was so limited and the fit was very generalised. Guys were finding that in other shops already and really frustrated by that, so we very quickly had to offer something else. We knew that from the get-go and were looking at how we could get our own stock up and adapt things and make them work for our shop.
So the menswear and rag trade has a reputation for being a bit of a boys' club or a male-dominated industry, and you are both women making menswear. Do you feel like that's a challenge?
There's definitely real advantages for men selling to men. I appreciate that they can stand alongside guys and personally recommend ideas and showcase what things look like, and we can't do that. Our edge can be to be more of a sister and offer the experience that women's networks have when shopping. If we see something that we know would suit someone else, we can be thinking about that on behalf of men before they come in. That gender separation is quite good. In terms of the industry, it really did have a reputation as something that people had fallen into, and it wasn't led by designers when we were coming through.
Well, what I remember about the reps is that they actually didn't expect us to survive year in and year out, and then they'd come back the following year and, oh, you know, you're still here, and oh gosh, really, that blue really did sell.
We were a novelty to them. They didn't take us very seriously, and they didn't think about expanding our business or the growth and direction of it. I think they thought we were in it as a bit of a hobby. It just didn't occur to them that it would be such a serious business.
Are there mistakes or regrets that you have from the last 20 years?
When we went to New Zealand Fashion Week, we did have a bit of a shocking experience where a company had set up a store under the name Mandatory and had actually taken out advertising in the New Zealand Fashion Week magazine, which we were showcased in, but they had advertising for a store that was unrelated to us under the same name. That was advertising that was accepted by New Zealand Fashion Week, and it was a heart-sinking, terrible experience. We were exhausted, and it was quite deflating from our ambitions to show at New Zealand Fashion Week. We set up a second store in Lambton Quay. That was quite short-lived. We found we couldn't demonstrate our design skills in it, that it was purely retail, and we did discover that we're not mad keen on retail. We like design, and it all has to run that way. So that was quite horrible, but a good lesson, and early enough to recover from.
What's your least favourite thing about Mandatory or about your job?
Is there one?
Yes. Cash flow makes me completely anxious. It's a huge amount of responsibility all the time, and it's relentless. And the number one problem is that we have customers who will walk in the door, but I can't make them walk in the door. We can have some periods of time where people don't walk in, and they will again, but those gaps are a bit of a mystery. They just turn up, and it's quite pressurised for everybody involved in such a small operation. That's quite stressful.
There's been customers though, that we just ring out and we go, oh, you sure you don't need to come shopping? and they come, hey, over the years.
Yes.
Yeah,
There are
very
people to
well.
call on.